In this tips and tricks video, we'll be looking at working with beams and shells within Ansys Discovery. So in this example, I have this truss system made up of a bunch of tubes and then these plates here on the bottom. For my analysis, I'm going to want to convert the plates on the bottom to mid-surfaces or shells, and the tubes I want to convert to beams. So in order to do this in Ansys Discovery, we're going to come up to the Prepare tab, and these two tools here are what we'll be using, the mid-surface tool and then the beam extract tool. I'm going to start by creating the mid-surfaces. So what this is going to ask me to do is select two offset faces, and I'm going to create a surface with a corresponding thickness at the midpoint of those two planes. So I'm going to pick the top face, and now it's going to ask me to pick the bottom. You'll see it just offset a little bit. Now that I click it, we have a blue, the face highlighted in blue on the top and green on the bottom, just corresponding which side is the top of the mid-surface and which side is the bottom, and I'm going to hit the check mark. Now you'll see I have a mid-surface created, and I'm just going to repeat this process for the other plates. Now I want to create beams for all of these tube members here. So to do that, I'm going to come to the Extract tool, and I can do this one by one just by clicking on all the bodies individually, or I can just draw a box around everything to select all. And now they have all been converted into beams with a corresponding cross-section. Now I want to connect all of the different beams together. If we zoom in, you'll see they're offset by a small amount. So I want to extend all of these beams to where they're touching their neighbors, and then I want to connect all of the beams. So in order to do that, I can use this Extend tool, and this will extend either mid-surfaces or beams up to their neighboring body. So I set a search distance, and you'll see it's highlighting for me all the different places it's detected where I can extend a beam. I'm just going to hit the check mark twice to extend. If we zoom in, you'll see we have, some of the beams have been connected. Cases like this where we have two beams coming together, it's hard to extend. So in order to connect those, we are going to use the Connect tool in the Beams tab. And that will select for me the remainder of the locations where I need the beams extended. I'm just going to hit the check mark twice again, and now you'll see I have all of my beams extended to where they are touching. The next step that I want to do is I'm going to share the topology between all of the different beams. To do that, I come to the Share tab here, and it's going to highlight for me everywhere it detects I can share topology. So all of the intersections of the beams are highlighted, as well as the edges that are shared on the mid-surface. And I'm just going to hit the check mark to share those. If I want to preview what topology is shared, I can come to the Review option, and it will highlight for me, what's shared, what isn't. Here you can see all of the beams are shared, and then I have a shared edge between these mid-surfaces. Now, if I want to perform further analysis on this in something like Ansys Mechanical, I can come up here and transfer this geometry to Ansys Mechanical to continue the simulation. This concludes the tips and tricks video for working with beams and shells in Ansys Discovery. Thank you for watching.